only, I would say, around 12 to 13 minutes session, but nowhere, no one was attended, but only one person was attended in the yesterday session. Okay, I just want to bring your notice this one also, but that video also anyhow I am going to share that video also, because that one also it has been recorded. So it's only 12-minute session. Okay, just for our information. Okay, so now let's come to the. So yesterday what we have discussed, we just have discussed about how to log in into the system. I think what is the, I mean, to reach the destination point, then how we can go, either go by the transaction code or go by the path. Okay, this is what we have discussed in the yesterday session. Okay, so now you can just go through that session. I'm going to share with you people today. So in case if you need anything, so please let me know. Okay, so now every end of the session, I'm going to mark with this color, so that the top of the topics will be completed. Again, from here below, we have to start the session. Okay. Okay. So now coming to the next topic would be how many SAP screens we can able to open the system. Okay, so now as per the restrictions in ECC system, we were able to open maximum 6 sessions at a time for each and every login. So now if you have a login into some development server, then we can able to log in up to 6 sessions. But even I could see sometimes, let's see here, even S4 HANA also will be able to, we can able to log in maximum 6 sessions. So now this is the one session, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you can come down and see here how many sessions are been open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the maximum 6 sessions which we can able to open at a time. Okay. So now just for your information, in case if you wanted to do some font size changes and you wanted to make some bigger screen, okay, I am going to show you that one also. Just click on this one. See now, customize local layout. This layout will be applicable only for that particular user. It doesn't have impact others user. Just click on this one. Click on options. Now you can see here the font size which I could see, it's a 12. Okay. So now if you would like to increase this size, select this one and keep it 14. Okay, I'll show you this one. 14, it has been increased. Just go to okay. So now let me do one thing, login. See, I'm just closing all sessions. I'll open the new one. So one I'll keep it, the rest I'll close. Let me open the new one. See now you can see, as compared to this one, the size you can see here, this is a smaller size. I could see this, the size of the screen and the size of the visibility has been increased here. This is what how you can go. Okay, the next thing would be, let's say I want to do change color changes for this particular screen. How can I do the changes? Go to the similar way, click on this one, click on color settings. Here you can see the click on color settings. At this moment, blue crystal, I could see the screen. Let's say that, let us make it as a gold screen. Then how gold screen will be appear like this. Then this one is a some green screen, then purple screen, red screen, however you want. Then okay, let us keep it as a gold color. Okay, now just click on OK. Now I could see this is the close screen. Let me open. Okay, I think we need to log off and we need to log on. Okay, but let's see this one. Yeah, still we need to log off and we need to log in, so that that also will get up here. Okay, how to change the colors and all. Okay, remember this is the setting. Go to here, options, then you can do the changes here. Okay, now I'm just putting back the same. Okay, so now we have seen about how to change the font color and how to change the even the screen color setup also. Okay, so now let us come back. Let us come back to the. So now as we have discussed, so now the moment when we are going to log in into the SAP screen, I could see there are two screens. Remember, one is a easy access screen, another one is a SPRO screen. Okay, SPRO is a IMG screen. You remember, one is a easy access screen, another one is a IMG screen. Okay, so now if I log in this one, this is my SAP easy access, this is my IMG screen. Okay, so now let us have a look at what is the difference between easy access as well as the IMG screen. Now you can see here the easy access screen. By using this screen, business users can able to create master data and feed the transactional data into system. And also you can see here SAP screens are divided into two parts. One is the easy access, another one is the IMG screen. The easy access screen is for the easy access screen is completely dedicated for business users. That is the reason I have mentioned screen. Business users, when I say the business users, we means we are going to fall under IT team. Okay, so now, but now business users are whoever is going to post the or feed the transactions into the system. Okay, so now let's see here. You can see if I want to create any master data, if I want to create any master data, so now what I can do, I have to use I have to use this screen, then I need to create the master data. Let me show you. We will see that one. What is the difference between master data and a transactional data? General ledger accounting, master records, GL accounts, individual processing, you can see FS00, FSP0, FSS0. So this is the transaction code. You can create master data, then you can post the business transactions. This screen is completely dedicated for business users. I mean end users. I would say the straightforward end users. When I say the business users, remember, okay, it's a dedicated to the end users. End users. Okay. Now, so now here I just have given a few examples here. So now, okay. So now here we have received one vendor invoice. Let's say what happened yesterday. The our organization has been purchased one laptop. Let us assume for office purpose. So on based on that, what the vendor has given the invoice copy, means in the invoice copy it consists of which model of laptop we have purchased and what is the price, how many quantity, so which includes all the information, GST and everything. So information which I want to feed into the system, which I want to record in my books of accounts. Okay, so what will happen? That one, the business users, the end users are going to feed that information into the system. Okay, so when business users are creating master data, entering the transactional data into the system. Even business users can create master data. They can they can feed the data into the system. Okay, the system will see. Now this we will talk about the transport request. I am not going to talk about. This is a early stage. This I will remove this one. Okay, but let it be this one also. But I will explain you about this one. But now first we can focus about easy access screen. Come to the SPRO screen. So what is the meaning of SPRO screen? So semi-programming runway operations. Remember, SPRO screen, the screen which is dedicated to the consultants. Okay, so the screen which is dedicated to the consultants means, as per previous session, we are here. The IMG screen is applicable for these users. Easy access screen is applicable to these users. But now consultants will have a access, easy access as well as IMG screen. Consultant will have a both accesses, but the end users can have only easy access. Okay, remember that one. Now come to our then SPRO. So this is my easy access. Okay, so far any doubt about the easy access screen? Please let me know if anyone need any clarification about easy access screen. Okay, thank you. So now let's move on to the SPRO screen. So, okay, so now SPRO, okay, transaction code. SPRO is the transaction code. So this is the command bar, I would say, but later first let me finish this one, then I will come later to this one. Because now you can see this is the menu bar, this is the command bar, I would say. This is the bottom one is the status bar. So now in the command bar, if I can enter the transaction code SPRO, enter, press enter, it will move to the another screen. Meaning that it will open my IMG screen. Then now we can see here semi-programming runway operations. So whatever the activities we will perform in IMG screen, the system will create a transport request for each and every activity. That we will see that one. The same transport will be this also. I will show you the practically this one. Okay, the transport, the word transport, it is a early stage now. Okay, so now the SPRO screen, SPRO screen is dedicated to IT team. Okay, remember, even I am not going to keep anyone. IT team slash consultants, because even if the give if the security team will give the authorization to the business users also, they will not have any access to do the some configuration kind of thing. Only we means as a IT team, a consulting team, consultants will do the configuration over there in the system. Okay, now this part and all I'm going to, during the configuration, I'll come here and I will show you again. Now what does it mean by the IMG? Okay, then IMG. Now IMG screen, IMG stands for implementation guide. Implementation guide, remember the IMG stands for, it is a implementation guide. IMG stands for implementation guide, what you are going to implement here. So now you can just closely monitor here. SAP, many peoples you might have heard, you are going to learn FSCO module. Some peoples you might have heard about, I am going to learn some material management, sales and distribution, some security related. Okay, some different modules. You can see here financial accounting, which we are going to learn financial accounting. Under financial accounting, you can see the general ledger accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable, then contract accounts receivable, bank accounting. So these are the sub modules which are part of financial accounting. Again, you can see controlling is a separate module here. Again, you can see here planning and consolidation. Then you can see sales and distribution, material management. You can see transportation management. So there are different modules which we can able to see here in this screen. Okay, but the required module which we will do the configuration, the respective module screen we can use for the configuration purpose. We will see that one configuration point of view. Now to perform any activity, okay, the transport we will see that one. This part I am not going to take now. Now come back to the how to select the favorites. Okay, this I have already covered. I am showing once again. So now favorites in the sense, let's say what I am trying to do, my activity is that general ledger accounting master data. Now what I have to do at every time, my job is that every day I have to create some or the GL accounts. My requirement would be, okay, either you can go by the destination, either you can enter the transaction code in the command bar. So now this FS00 screen, I do not want to enter transaction code. I do not want to go by the pathwise. I would like to set this one as a favorites into the favorites. This is the favorite screen. Okay, how you can do? Select the transaction code which you want to keep it as a favorites. Then what you can do? What you can do? Then click on this one. You can see add favorites. Click on this one. You can see master record, GL accounts, individual processing. It has been added successfully. This is the one way to add favorites. The second thing would be click on this one. Let's say I am going to add another one. Then drag and drop. Just you can see here drag and drop it is there. Okay. Then this is the one way. Then if you want to remove remove any particular transaction code from the favorites, select this one and click on this one. Delete the favorites. You see now it has been deleted from the favorites. This is the one thing which you need to remember. Now come back to the next one. One more thing which this section which I have already covered. Okay, so you just watch the one. But now coming to the next one. What kind of projects are there in SAP system? And now we are just keep on discussing about, even we have not started, we are just discussing about the basics. But now as part of you people, okay, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow it is going to start, we must have to start the configuration. But now first let us understand that how many types of projects are there in SAP system, I mean for SAP implementation. So the different kind of projects are there. One is the implementation project. Again, the implementation also, greenfield implementation will be there, brownfield implementation which will be there. So the detailed explanation which I am going to cover during the project sessions. Okay, don't worry about that one. Okay, but this is too early stage. If I explain also, again it will, you people will get confused. Now, support project. First one, you can think about implementation project, support project, migration project, rollout projects, enhancement projects. So these many types of projects are there in SAP. Now, where we are. So now I have listed here 5 types of projects here. Now, what we are going to, we will be there into which project. Now, you may get query. So we will be there into this stage. So I will come to how we are going to consider the implementation project. So now we all are part of implementation project. Once the implementation will be over, then support project will come into picture. Then migration also, we will see that one, the migration also. Okay, towards end I will cover about the migration process also. Then rollout is a quite common. Then but detailed I will be explaining into the project sessions. Now, so now our role is going to start from here. Remember, we will be there into the implementation project. Then about SAP landscape, which I have already explained, but still need to give more clarification. Once I will start the configuration, then the sub landscape, SAP landscape, and as well as I would like to show you together with the transport request. So that is the reason I'm not going to touch in this one at this moment. Okay, just let it be this one. Okay, this one also I'll cover. Okay, so now before going to start the configuration, then I would like to give few things here. I would like to let you know the few things here. You can see the SAP FI terminology. You must have to become familiar some are the terminologies. Company. So now here what we are trying to do. So Mahindra and Mahindra is an organization. So for them, they would like to go for the SAP implementation. So remember, Mahindra and Mahindra is a company. Company means when I would say Mahindra and Mahindra has a different types of business. You got it right. So different types of business. They are having a manufacturing organization. They are having a banking sector in India. They are having a software also. Remember. So now the company, under this company, they are having the manufacturing. Manufacturing is there. Then also they are also having the IT. Okay, Tech Mahindra is there. Software. I'll put it here. Software is there. Also they are also having the banking sector. Remember. So to understand for your convenient purpose, I'm just explaining these are the things. Okay, just understand this one. Mahindra and Mahindra has a different kind of business. One is a manufacturing industry, another one is a software, another one is a banking sector. Okay, even in India, they are one of the leaders for all these sectors. Now, coming to the next section would be here. Their business operations. So Mahindra and Mahindra business operations, which are going on multiple countries. Let's say now you can see India, United Kingdom, United States, okay, South Africa, Canada, whatever it may be. So now I would say each and every, they are having the business across the country, across the countries. Then each and every country has a company. We would like to create the company codes. Okay, so based on the country wise, let us create the company codes here. So remember, so now first company, under the company codes will come into picture, because the manufacturing purpose will create one company code, for software will create one company code, for banking will create one company code. Okay, then now come down here, business areas. Let us talk about in India only the business areas. Okay, even after manufacturing, or else you can think about software also, or else think about banking sector also. They're having the business Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, Hyderabad. Okay, so now they are running within India their business operations into multiple locations. Okay, so now come down here, and also you need to remember, will we we are going to set up for the configuration for manufacturing related, because because for manufacturing industry we will get all kind of business operations, because the buying and selling, all the activities will be performed in the manufacturing industry. Now you can see the vendor. You need to remember all these terminologies will be keep on repeating. So the vendor, a vendor is a person who is going to provide the service, or who is going to supply the goods. So now let's say the simple example. So now you want to buy a one mobile. The simple logic. You want to buy a one mobile from the from let's say one showroom. Okay, I mean, let's say for Samsung showroom, you want to buy a one mobile from the Samsung showroom. Who will be the vendor here? The vendor is a Samsung. Okay, so now the vendor is a Samsung, means they are the suppliers. Then we are the customers, because the terminologies you need to digest this one. Okay, but you already know this one, but still you need to become familiar for the SAP terminologies. The vendor is a person who provides service, who provide goods. Okay, who supplies the goods. Okay, so now in this case the Samsung is the vendor, we will be the customers. The similar way, vice versa, here other way around, it's a customers. Customers means, now you can see here, to for better understanding, I just have updated screenshots also. Customers means who buy the products, or who who will take the services. Okay, who will take the services. The similar example here, I mean, supplier here is a, I mean, as we seen, okay, supplier is a Samsung. Okay, then customers are, we are the customers. Okay, so now we are buying mobile from the Samsung. Okay, so now we are the customers. You can see, to better understanding, I just put the screenshots. This is the shopping related screenshots. So now we are buying something here. So now we need to treat as the whoever is going to buy that one, then we need to consider them as a customers. These are the terminologies are going to repeatedly. Okay, you may hear. Now the next one would be a bank. So the bank, for outgoing payments, for incoming payments, in most of the organizations, the bank, through bank only the things will get performed, like payments and receivables. Okay, then all the transactions which should happen through the bank only, like even check payments, online transfers, wire payments. Okay, whatever it may be, all will be happen through the bank account only. Now come to this one, this picture, which is representing that fixed assets of your organization. Now we have buildings, we have plant and we have machinery is there, then we have furniture is there, we have vehicles is there, we have software is there. So now fixed assets, which is going to representing of the organization. Now the last one which we can see, the balance sheet, cash flow, equity, income statements. So now the financial statements which we are going to see that one. Okay, so based on all the above transactions which we are going to see, the which we will prepare the financial statements, the organizations are going to prepare. Okay, then these are the things which you need to aware. But now the basic things, initial days, which you need to remember, what is meant by the company, what is meant by the company codes. Okay, first, is it clear for all, anyone? Company code and business areas. I'm only concerned about these three things: company, company codes, and business area.
Sir, for company code, for India, we will have a separate code. For America, we will have, for all the countries, we will have a different code.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the country currency, whenever the changes comes, the first main we should concentrate that the company code should be different.
Exactly, ma'am. Even during the implementation, initial implementation stage also, again they will build a logic like the company code should be identified based on the country or series also, like say one series they will follow for India, two series for other countries. Depends on their business needs, depends on the management decision. They will define, they will create, or they will nominate the company code or legal entity names.
Okay. Under company code, we will have different business areas.
Exactly, ma'am. Yes, you are true.
Okay.
Again, there are lot of things to be configured, but the basic fundamental things we need to understand first, because people doesn't understand first the difference between company and company code. That is the reason I just took the screenshots I have updated here.
Hmm.
Okay, fine, no problem. Then this above here, see now. Okay, so now this and all golden client, okay, and again the quality server and all. Why I did not explain? The reason being that here definitely we need to start the configuration, then only you people can understand this section. Otherwise, if I explaining myself, you people may not understand. So that is the reason I am not touching this section, but I will show you practically this one, because everything should be practical. Without that, you people will not understand. Okay. Okay, so now this configuration section, this is everything is related to the configuration section. Okay, now coming to the next thing would be a, we are going to do the configuration in S4 HANA 2022. That is what we are discussing from the beginning. But now everybody is saying that, so no, why ECC 6 we are not able to use? Okay, so let's say now even some are the clients are already having ECC 6 system. But why SAP is recommending to move from ECC to S4 HANA system? Is there any reason behind that? There could be some reasons, because from older version to the ECC is a older version. From ECC to S4 HANA, if I would like to move, even somebody is saying that after 2027, remember the I'm repeating again, after 2027 the SAP is not going to support for the ECC version. Okay, before going to this section, SAP is a software. Remember, SAP is one of the software and the application which has been developed by the SAP AZ company. First, you should know these things also. See now, SAP has been developed, SAP application, I'll put it, has been developed by SAP AZ company. So now the simple example, who manufactured the Apple mobile? The simple answer would be the Apple company is going to manufacture the Apple products. Who manufactured the Samsung mobile means the Samsung is a brand, they are going to manufacturing. The similar way, the SAP software has been developed by SAP AZ company, So now they have developed this software in 1972. So three or two of the ex IBM employees were developed this SAP software. If you talk about history of SAP, okay. So now in 1972, ex IBM employees employees were developed the SAP. Okay, everybody is saying that who, because being as a functional anyone SAP consultant, we should aware of this one. In 1972, they have developed the first initial SAP software. But now in upcoming, I mean the changes, then they have released initially is a two-tier architecture, then after that three-tier architecture. Now even still the three-tier architecture R3. Okay, so everybody is saying that R3. R3 stands for real time three-tier architecture will be there. So the moment when you enter the data into the system, first the data which you need to enter, see now in this system if I am going to enter some data, first the data is going to store into, first I would require some either laptop, I need to access this application through the laptop or through the mobile or through the desktop. First thing would be, then that is going to representing that presentation. Okay, then presentation layer. So now wherever the users are going to enter, then once the data will be entered into the system, it is going to stored into the database means it's a hard disk or RAM, whatever it may be. Okay, so now history which is started the journey from 1972. Now today where we are. Okay, so 1972 to today if I go below here, then we are, I will come here, but I'll again, we are here now. We are here S4 HANA 2022, but we'll see that one. Now, okay. So now that is the history of SAP. Now come back to the older version. Okay, so now Mahindra and Mahindra also, let us assume, even they are already using SAP software, but that is the older version of ECC 6.0, even one of the organization. But what SAP is suggesting, so move from SAP ECC 6.0 to latest version of S4 HANA. Latest version of S4 HANA. The SAP recommendation would be, the SAP recommends move from old old SAP version to new SAP version. New SAP version. So now my client is already having, okay, already they are having ECC 6.0. Even if I am using ECC 6.0 nowadays also, as I mentioned, from 2027 onwards, 2027 onwards, you may not get support from SAP. Support in the sense, I will give you a small example. What will happen? You have purchased one laptop, okay, or you have a one mobile, okay. So now in that one, see, in that mobile purchase also, if you closely monitor, if you closely read that the printed, I mean the printed words, they are going to give even the updates, the patch updates will be supported only for 1 year or 2 years, 3 years. They will mention clearly the patch updates. The similar way here, in case if there are any bugs, there are any issues will occur in your old software, in your ECC 6 system. From 2027 onwards, I mean after 2027 onwards, SAP is not going to support to rectify those bugs. Remember, but still you can use. Okay, no one is asking that you must have to move, but now still you can use old system only. But the support you may not get from ECC and from SAP. That is the one challenge. Okay, so now because of that reason, many clients are moving from ECC to older version to, I would say, older version to new version of SAP. Okay, so now what is the new version of SAP? We have discussed about ECC is my old version. But what is the new version? I would say ECC 6.0 is the old version. Is the old version. But what is the new version? What is the latest version? So the latest version of SAP is a S4 HANA. S4 HANA is a new new version. New version. So now I'm going to give few things here about S4 HANA also. If you remember, to come up this concept also, S4 HANA also, the Indian Infosys ex-CEO of Infosys, the person Vishal Sikka, he is the person to brought this concept behind. He is the person behind that to brought up this concept. Remember that one. Okay. So now in 2015, the first version of S4 HANA has been released. Okay, so now the simple logic, what addition has been added as compared with ECC 6.0? Any additional things are there in S4 HANA? There are additional things, but the screen's point of view, okay, so it will be the same. Screens, everything, the easy access screen, IMG screen, there are the screen's point of view, it will be same. Again, if I talk about business point of view, the business process did not change. Everything it is same, the business point of view. There are no changes. But again, the impact which is on, I mean, consulting side, because the impact means the change point here, which is for consultants only. It's for business point of view, there are no changes. Remember, this is important for you people also. Okay. As part of S4 HANA, S4 HANA, there are no there are no changes, there are no changes for business people, for business process and business people. Means, see now, if I want to enter, if I want to post some document, the process is the same. What I have to do, until and unless I am not receiving any invoice, I cannot post any document the simple way. But now the consulting point of view, the change point would be here. The changes, the S4 HANA changes will have more impact on consultants. Config, I mean, consult, more impact on consultant side. Consultants role. Okay, so now either it could be a functional consultant or either it could be a technical consultant, either FICO consultant or technical people. Okay, so now let us see here what addition it has been added here. If we compare with the ECC 6.0, then let us see here. So now Fury apps has been introduced in S4 HANA. If you ask me the question, not only the Fury apps are part of S4 HANA, even the Fury apps are part of ECC system also. But now the Fury apps, they in ECC system, there were limited Fury apps. Even when I was there in implementation also, we were using the Fury apps, but only 2-3 places. Okay, only for approval. Okay, for 2-3 places. But now nowadays the S4 HANA has come up with for each and every easy access activity. The S4 HANA has the Fury apps functionality. But before going to, okay, so now before going to understand this one, there are two things are there which you need to understand here. There are two types of let's come here. This you need to, I'll put this one into the above here. Okay, so now here S4 HANA release two types are there. Before going to discuss about the Fury apps. Okay, so now S4 HANA releases are two types. Even I'll put this one also. Okay. So now the S4 HANA releases are two types, because before going to talk about Fury apps. So one is the on-premise edition, one is the cloud version it is there. So see, now S4 HANA releases are two types. Now on-premise edition, when I would say the on-premise edition is nothing but a where the hardware, all their infrastructure which is located will be, I mean, which is located into the office premises, means my hardware and everything which I am going to maintain myself, the organization itself maintaining the all the infrastructure, all the software related, like hardwares and backup and everything they are going to maintain at their office premises location. Means I would say the straightforward, wherever their headquarters are there, at the same place they are having this hardwares and all everything to monitor, to operate their business operations, meaning that they are taking care of at their end only. Now come to the cloud version. Cloud version is nothing but where SAP is going to take care of all the storage, okay, all the maintenance of the activities. Means the server, I mean, instead of maintaining servers at office premises, then there it's a completely cloud based storage. The maintenance and all, it will be under SAP only. They will be taking care of that one, the cloud version. Coming to the important thing here is that on-premise edition is a the releases, because now you can see here iPhone 15 is the latest version. Now upcoming days they are going to release iPhone 16. So innovation every yearly for on-premise edition, they are releasing the innovations yearly basis. Means once in a year, whatever changes they are going to developing, okay, for on-premise edition, they are releasing once in a year. Once in a year. Then cloud version, the innovations, I mean, whatever the new changes, then they are going to release. It's a yearly, I mean, sorry, this is a quarterly basis. The innovation is a quarterly basis. So you never ever compare between on-premise edition and cloud version. Okay, why I have explained here? I was explaining about Fury apps. Now, Fury apps which you can use for on-premise edition, cloud version. But in on-premise edition, the Fury apps which you can use only to post some business transactions or to feed some business transactions. But now the cloud version, remember in cloud version, even you can use Fury apps for the configuration point of view also. But cloud version, it's a very rare cases only. Okay, so most are the cases. If you ask me the questions are where we are, then we are going to here only. We will be discussing more and more about this one only. On-premise edition. We are focusing on-premise edition. Okay. So now come back to the. So now let us discuss about the changes. The S4 HANA changes. What are the changes S4 HANA has been introduced? In that there are lot of changes. The first I would say here there is a one concept which they have introduced is a in-memory concept. In-memory concept. What does it mean by the in-memory concept? So now in ECC system, this is the ECC system. This is the S4HANA system. S4HANA system. But now, what is the difference between? So now, the moment when we are posting any business transaction into ECC system, what was happening? The data which was directly storing into the hardware. Okay, so now due to that fact, if I want to fetch the data, meaning that because during the month end, or if the management wanted to see the some sales report, or I wanted to see some accounts payable report. Okay, so now if the volume of data more and more, since the data is storing in hard disk, then if I want to derive the data from the hard disk, the time, the data fetching part, it was taking time, okay, in ECC system. So to overcome this situation, the S4 HANA, they have come up with in-memory concept. What does it mean by the in-memory? That is the reason, the simple example I would give you now. The ECC system, you can configure and you can run through your desktop or through your laptop, your own, meaning that you can run or you can use that in offline. But now S4 HANA system, if you wanted to use S4 HANA system, even we have to obtain service from the outside. The reason being that you can see here, this is the one thing, in memory. So the in memory is a concept where they have the RAM capacity is a more and more here. Maximum our laptops and desktops may have 16 GB, 32 GB of the RAM. Beyond that, even we don't see. Okay. So now to run this RAM, to run this SAP S4 HANA, you may have you would require 150 plus GB RAM capacity. So now what is happening here? The data when I post, when the users are going to post data into the system, first the data it will be stored into the RAM. Then again it will get transmitted from RAM to your hard disk. So most are the data it will be available in your RAM. So what will happen whenever you are going to fetch some data from the system, from S4 HANA system, within a fraction of seconds, the data, the system will derive the data and it will publish the data. Okay, so that is the one of the changes between ECC and S4 HANA system. Again, if we talk about, there are lot of changes. Again, if I go down here, again, the data storage function, the data storage function. So earlier what was happening for general ledger accounting, for again for accounts payable, accounts receivable. So each and every submodule related data which was storing into the different tables in ECC system. But now in S4 HANA, they have introduced only one universal table, but this we will see going forward. Okay, I'm just explaining the concept wise. You can see here, in ECC the data was storing this. I will come later. Now you can see here the general ledger accounting, accounts payable, accounts receivable, each and every submodule data which was storing into their respective tables. Okay, for general ledger accounting, it has a separate table, separate database table. For accounts payable, it has separate database tables. Okay, but now the ECC tables are, is still okay. This I'll come later. But now to overcome this situation, okay, so now general ledger accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable, Now in S4HANA, we have only one table, meaning that whatever the transactions which I can post, all the transactions, it will come and sit into in this table, AC DOCA table, one universal table. Okay. So now the simple logic here, okay, the simple logic which I was storing in separate table, here also separate table, but they made it into one universal table. ECDOCA is a one universal table for the for your storage, but we will discuss more and more tomorrow session. In tomorrow session, one moment, just to start this one. Okay, so